Are you happy?
It's a difficult question. I'm not searching for happiness. I'm searching for peace. So my state of what I'm aiming for, I would say it is peace. If there's happiness, there is sadness. If something can rise, something must fall. If you can attain something, there's something to lose. That's why it's difficult. That's why I stopped a moment. I don't know what type of happiness you mean. Being satisfied with where I'm standing, yes. Does it mean that I don't have hard moments? I have hard moments. And that's why for me, like, what is it I ultimately look for? I would call it's just peace.
Are you at peace?
More and more, yes.
You've already achieved goals you said would make you happy. You've already achieved goals you said would make you happy. How can you presume that your happiness sits on the next side of the next set of goals, given that right now you are on the other side of your last set of goals?
You know, I get a little scared sometimes when I think when things are going well or when things are feeling good. I don't know how to handle it. I think there's a little part of me that feels like, oh, you don't deserve it, or it's not, something's wrong. I think I'm just so used to the feelings inside of me over the years not being good ones. Those are the footprints I continue to walk in.
You actually can't become happy. You can only be happy, right? And what most people are looking for are good enough reasons by virtue of changing their life in the world to simply get off the treadmill for some moments at a time and recognize that the present moment is enough, right? If I can just, if I had just bought, GameStop at the right moment, then I would actually be able to just relax and enjoy my life in the present. And again, that is a mirage. Even when it seems to happen, for many of us, something great happens and you're just high-fiving everyone around you, that lasts for what, 15 minutes, 5 hours, and then you're faced with the same long emergency of just, what do I do next?
You need an antidote to suffering, and it has to be deep. And deep moves you tectonically, and it's not a trivial thing. But that's better than happiness. And maybe if you're lucky while you're pursuing that and while you're immersed in it, you get to be happy. And you should fall on your knees and be grateful for that when it happens. It's a gift. It really is a gift. And it comes upon you unexpectedly, your happiness. But you aim to climb uphill to the highest peak you can possibly envision. And that's better than happiness.
Why did you include therapy?
Well, for example, now when I go, wherever I go in the world, people come up to me and they're usually, I wouldn't say they're happy to see me. They're often in tears, and they often have a pretty rough story to relate. They were suicidal or nihilistic or homicidal or trapped, desperate, and they tell me that real fast. And then they say, I've overcome that to a large degree, and thank you for that. And you think, well, that's really something to have that happen over and over. In some ways, you might think, well, how could anything better possibly happen to you than to have people come up to you all over the world, strangers, and open themselves up like that, like their old friends, so quickly. But at the same time, it's an awful thing, because you see, even in the revelation of their triumph, the initial depth of their despair. So I wouldn't change that. But it's not nothing. It's certainly not just happiness. It's better than happiness, but it's almost unbearable.